I'm John the Chassis, and today I'll be giving a speech on auto detailing. Remember the day that you saw your brand new car sitting on that showroom floor, the depth and the gloss that the paint had, those mirror-like reflections? Well, today if you'd fast forward and actually take a look at your vehicle, majority of them will definitely not have that same image. Surprisingly, these are due to the improper washing and drying methods. As Todd Cooperrider of Historic Auto Detail would say, he describes these as swirls or spiderwebs on your vehicle's painted surfaces. What they are micro scratches, thousands of them, that really have an overall a great impact on your overall appearance. These contaminants are usually related to dirt, pine needles, any road grime, and so forth. This gets trapped in your wash media, and while you're washing and scrubbing down your vehicle, it makes all these fine scratches over time. So what I like to do is give you an overall inside look on the proper way and proper tools you can use to ensure and get back that showroom shine. First step is to properly wash your vehicle, and you must decontaminate it and prep it by using the safest method, which is I consider the grit guard method. You have 3 pails. Your first pail is your washing pail, you have your rinsing, and then your wheel and tire pail. In each bucket you're going to put a grit guard, which will trap all contaminants like the dirt and pine needles and so forth, and this will ensure, this is like the first step that will ensure you to not have any road grime or any contaminants in your media. I would recommend using a sheepskin wash mitt for the upper half of your vehicle. It's really soft and won't scratch any surfaces. For the bottom half, a sturdy sponge will do. Then have a separate sponge for the wheels and tires, exhaust tips, and fender flares, and so forth. Then using a sturdy bristle brush for your wheels and tires, any your wheel wells and so forth, any really deep grime stuff. Now, there's proper chemicals you can use as well to really dig deep into those and degrease your old sealants, waxes off from previous details. That'll really take down any grime off your vehicle as well. This will ensure that you're ready to really get in depth with detailing your vehicle. Proper drying media as well, like a microfiber cloth, is safe, and it actually holds up to 5 times as much weight as its own weight. So 5 times water is its own weight. This will ensure proper drying for no spots in the sun. The next step would be to clay bar your vehicle. Clay bar will pick up any contaminants that degreasing method didn't take up. Clay bar is simply what the name suggests. It's a piece of clay that you use with lube, and you spray on lube that will allow you to not creates no micro marring that they call, which is like a gloss effect. So in the end, this will pick up any last contaminants that you don't want in your vehicle. Now that you're prepped, you want to move on to the polishing steps. Polishing step is the most important, and will take out any imperfections in your vehicle's paint. The buffer has got to be the most important tool here. There's a lot of different buffing pads as well. With the proper buffer and proper buffing pads, it will ensure a great job. Your buffing pads will include cutting pads, polishing pads. You have your medium and heavy cutting, and then your finishing pads. There's many compounds as well that you can use, depending on how deep your scratches are, how hard or soft your clear coat is, depending on how rough your paint has been neglected as well. I can go on for hours and days and tell you how many compounds there are out there, but we'll leave it to simply figuring that out based on your own of how bad your paint is. Now, moving on to the polishing procedures, you got to realize that you're not going to get buffing on the first day. It's going to take time, and it'll be perfected after a while, and it won't come out the great first time, but give it time. Basically, you want to start out by wetting your buffing pad, and you probably start out with your cutting step first, and place 3 drops of your cutting compound on your pad. Once those 3 drops are there, you're going to want to work it slowly into your paint, into preferably a 12 by 12 area. You don't want to heat up your paint too much, and use an overlapping method as well, and move side to side, and ensure that you're getting a nice smooth finish in the end. using finer cutting compounds, you're going to want to use less pressure. If you create any swirl marks, they're tough to remove, and then it will give a negative impact on your overall appearance at the end, and then you have to start all over again. Having the proper lighting as well will ensure that you see the full detail of your paint. You're going to want to clean your pads very often, so you don't leave any contaminants behind. And you're going to tape off any trim accessories and so forth that you don't want wax to soak into, because black plastic will turn white if wax gets onto it. So now that you get the polishing step done, it's time to protect your job. You have two choices here. You have waxes and sealants. Your waxes are a little stiffer, they're more durable than the sealants. Sealants will last longer though, and will actually look a little better. But your sealants, I'd say, will give you 3 to 6 months of protection, versus your waxes will give you 1 to 2 months if you're lucky. This all depends on your driving conditions as well. If you go through a lot of rain or off-roading and so forth, and it's all up to you what you want to use. But it can go on by hand or by buffer, and I prefer putting it on by hand. You let it haze for 15-20 minutes or so, depending on the heat of your paint, and then you take it off with a buffer with a finishing pad. So once you've gained that mirror-like reflection, and you pretty much you got the paint's as good as it's going to get, you want to move on to the minor details such as your tires and wheels. Tires, I'd say you can use any water-based dressing, tire foam. Armor All sells a decent product, or Meguiar's. Your wheels, you use any metal polish, chrome polishes, and so forth. Anything that's going to be weatherproof and pretty durable, so you don't have to keep on adding to it. Glass is probably the last step. You're going to want to use an ammonia-free or tint-safe glass cleaner as well. This will ensure see-through glass and no spots from the water when they're drying in the sun. So now you're basically as good as you're going to get in the exterior. I'll ensure you that you can move on to the interior now to really top it all off. The interior, I'll just give you a basic outlook on it. All you can say is that I'd move right to the carpets and use a fabric cleaner to ensure you get any soils out and degreases and stuff from any dirt, any mud. Thoroughly vacuum it, and then once that's done, you're going to move on to your any leather, vinyl, plastics. Use some like a 303 airspace protectant, or your ice total interior car care. It's a very good product. Try to stay away from the greasier stuff, and that will ensure you a pretty clean interior. And now, with that being said, pretty much that wraps up the full auto detail, and I hope you can take your new skills and really put them into use. I like to consider my level of maintenance in a professional way, that I take pride in my own pickup, and I hope you can take it on the same way. Thank you.